Like you just lost out on like $1,000 plus plus everything that you've spent in the previous years, which thousands and thousands, like it's thousands of dollars every year. And you're like not in a position to be losing all that. Like what would you have done? Like it's so easy to just give up at that point. I was just about to get this vlog started, and then I realized this, people. For those you don't know, I start my vlogs off with coffee. I've never been much of a big coffee person, but I just started it with my routine of vlogging, and today I noticed that I have ran out of Dunkin' Donuts sugar. So we're gonna go and do that first. Big shout out to Dunkin' Donuts. But I still bought a little snack though. I bought a little donut. Slid like 15 bags of sugars in there. Shout out to Dunks on the sugar. You gotta know how to make it work. Now we got the right amount of sugars. Man, I'm ghetto. Start with a small cup, pour it all into here. Mix the almond milk, the sugar in here, and then pour it in here so that it's not too hot. I would call it being smart, but you call it what you want. Anyways, today I really wanted to talk about like my first turning point, and it's kind of a story that not a lot of people know. I don't really like to talk about it much, but my early on my early years of creating, back in 2011, started with this brand a lot of people know me for, Starstruck, and that was just a full out learning experience. I was young, I was 18. Like I knew I wanted to create, like I knew I wanted to create something. I didn't really like feel passionate about the fashion industry that much, but I did want to create. So we were doing that for some time, and then as years went by, I realized that like I had to get more professional. I had to get my paperwork right so we could take it to the next level. I call a handful of lawyers, and I end up meeting a local one. And he told me everything I needed to know. He told me he was going to handle everything as far as trademarking or copywriting. We were figuring all that out with the brand. And I really felt like it was a great turning point for me. So he had explained to me that it was going to be a long process, and at this point in time, like I'm still learning everything. I'm still learning, to keep track of business conversation. I'm still learning to to keep paperwork, receipts. Like I didn't know any of this stuff. I'm just thinking everybody's honest. This is a lawyer. Like I'm coming to pay him. Unfortunately, I didn't get a receipt for when I paid him. I just thought that we were building a relationship and it was gonna be a long term relationship. It was gonna go great, and years later, he told me it was a long process, so I never really pushed him on it. That's why I paid him for it, for him to handle it. Come to find out, I was kind of in a battle with someone else over the name. Like they had put in the same time I had put in, and theirs was coming from like California, but supposedly the person has some ties to over in my area, so it's a little weird. But so come to find out, we're putting in at the same time, me and this other person, for the same name, the same stuff. And this is a serious deal at this point, because this is like trademark, and this is the life of a brand. I hired him to do this, so this is he got paid extra amount of money to do this. Like I'm 18, 19, 20 years old. Like I don't know about none of this stuff. Like this is why I went to this guy. We lose the battle. Yeah, that's crazy to think. Like a lot of people didn't know. Like I lost the battle to use my name, the name I created or whatever, as a brand. Yeah, that was like my turning point. Like, what was I gonna do? What would you have done? Like, you just lost out on like $1,000+ plus everything that you've spent in the previous years, which thousands and thousands, like it's thousands of dollars every year. And you're like not in a position to be losing all that. Like, what would you have done? Like, it's so easy to just give up at that point. Like, I tried and I got screwed over by a lawyer. That's crazy. Like, so, like, I knew I couldn't give up. The last few photo shoots for my brand, I had to hire photographers and videographers and stuff like that. So I just like started to think like, yo, I have to hire these dudes for my stuff to pop off. I'm just gonna be that dude, and then I could just pop anything off. Like, that was my mindset. I could pop anything off. Like, I'm running camera. Like, I'm putting the stuff out. Like, whatever I want to pop off, I could pop off. So like that's when I started to get into learning more about the camera, and shout out to two people I would say that really helped me get my feet wet when it comes to just knowledge and just knowing what to do. Um, a kid named Mercy went to Fitchburg State with me. He showed me this place called FATV when I was, after I had graduated. I had stayed an extra year on off campus in my apartment, and he showed me this place that had all this equipment that I can rent, that had these classes that I could take to learn how to use cameras and learn how to use programs. And they were basic classes, but it was good enough to get my feet wet to really see if I wanted to do it. And he showed me that place. He told me, he got me hip about that place. So I took a handful of classes, I took out a few cameras, and that's when I started to get my feet wet. The next person was a photographer. He also went to Fitchburg State with me. His name is Carlos. He's in California right now, and he helped me make my decision on the camera that we're working with right now, my main camera, so which is the Canon 70D. And he's someone that I went to for some knowledge on, which route I should take. A lot of people go Sony, a lot of people go Canon. So he helped me with that. Losing that brand was really my turning point, because it really, like, man, that thing shook me up. Like, I pretty much found out I've lost thousands of dollars in time. But I gained the experience, and it's knowledge for me to pass on to anybody, to you guys. Like, you got to be careful. Like, make sure, like, when you're doing business, you're in clear communication of what's happening, what are the jobs that are going to be taken. Like, stay on top of everything. Like, like, yeah, I guess I can take some blame myself, but like at 18, 19, 20, like, I hired a lawyer to do a job. So, and maybe he's seen an opportunity to take advantage of me because I was so young. And but I do believe in karma, so it is what it is. I took that loss, but I have this gain. And that's why I'm here, just to share these stories. There's so many things that have happened to me within my journey, because like, I didn't just show up here and decide I was going to do this. I've been trying to do creative stuff since 2011, just to show you guys the time. So I hope that could be helpful for some of you guys. So enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.